Hey everybody, it's MC. We're here back at the gym, finally. After 12 weeks, actually closer to 14 weeks, we're finally back in the gym. Make sure you stick around so I can tell you what I did in there, and I can tell you I have a confession to make at the end of the video about my return to the gym, so make sure you stick around for that. I'll be right back. I just finished up at the gym and I'm super excited about what I was able to do today. I did stuff I didn't imagine I'd be doing for another 2 months or so. So I'm real excited. I'm gonna head home, shower, and I'll be back in a couple days to tell you what I did. I just wanted to wait to get back to you about 24 hours just so I could update you on how the DOMS delayed onset muscle soreness is, because I didn't want to I had a good gym trip and then come back and say it was great. I wanted to give you a real representation of what it's like to get back in the gym, because I haven't worked out since I injured myself 4.5 months ago. We'll get back to that. I do have that confession. So I just wanted to go over what I did in the gym, which was pull day. The common split push-pull legs. I just started with pull because that's the main muscles that are going to utilize this bicep here. So I started out my pull day workout with assisted pull-ups with about 50% of my body weight. I'm kind of overweight, so it was about 90 pounds assisted pull-up. So I did the pull-ups, really focused on that scapular retraction because that's where the issue was. And when I do that, I can feel in my back right here some soreness, but nothing like I thought it was going to be. I actually thought it was going to be much worse than it is. Following up the assisted pull-ups, I moved on to what I was going to do, which was, I don't know exactly what they're called, but the cable pull-through kind of thing, where you grab the cables, you squat down like you're going to do a deadlift, but then you pull, and that's kind of to simulate deadlifting, which I absolutely hated the exercise, did not want to do it, so I just was looking directly at the deadlift platform as I was doing it and said, why not give it a try? And that's what I'm excited about. I was able to deadlift. Now, my grip on my left hand was not so strong, so I loaded a plate on, so that's 135. I was able to do about 8 reps until my grip started slipping, but my strength in my posterior chain actually stronger than I thought it would be. It felt like it was light. So I'm excited about that. I didn't have to really struggle at all other than readjusting my grip every couple of reps because this weakness in my forearm. I was able to do 3 sets, 12 reps, upped it to 155 pounds, which is a little over a third of what I was doing. My original working weight was 355, so it's a little over, maybe more than a little over a third. Immediately following up deadlifts, since it was a lighter weight than I'm used to, I moved on to seated leg curls, just to get more hamstring work in, get my legs strengthened back up, because I am planning here someday soon getting back in there and hitting my old working weights, but a lot smarter than what I was doing before. After the leg curls, I then moved on to the overhead pulls to work the triceps, which those were actually really good. I was surprised at how easy it was for me to do the overhead pulls. I just every set added another 10 pounds. I got up to like doing overhead pulling like 80, 90 pounds, which I know that's not a ton, but it's more than I thought. And actually, if you saw in my last video, I was doing a lot of the, every day I've been doing the tricep extensions lying on my left arm, but I wasn't doing them on my right arm. So now my right arm is a lot more sore than my left arm, surprisingly. So actually, my right arm has to catch up from all the physical therapy work I've been doing. Following up the tricep extensions, you want to hit the whole arm, so I did do the bicep curl machine. Lightweight, baby, 20 pounds. And that was a struggle because it was between both arms, and the struggle wasn't in the weight, it was in the rotation of the machine. When you lower the weight on the bicep curl machine, your hands are supinated, but as you pull them in, it kind of gives you some external rotation to work that whole bicep. And that rotation is still just difficult for me in my forearm, on my injured arm. And I have to work through it. I was able to do the 20 pounds. That wasn't the issue. It was the actual rotational movement of the curl. So that's something I need to continue working on. I'm going to speak to my physical therapist here in exactly a week, so I'll get back to you soon on that. After I hit the bicep curl machine, I moved on to the Concept 2 row machine, which if you have access to one, I'd suggest you do it no matter what condition you're in, because it's a great cardio and physical activity that really will help strengthen your posture, which, as we've determined, is what caused the weakness down the line to the distal bicep tendon. So on the Concept 2 row machine, I was able to do just fine. My grip still was weak from the deadlift, so I did have to kind of really focus on my grip, but alongside that, I really focused on the scapular retraction and maintaining good posture. I kept a moderate pace. I didn't want to kill myself. I wasn't doing HIIT. I was just keeping a moderate pace, doing as much as I could without really hurting myself. My cardio health is really good because I've been walking the dog about 45 minutes every day. So I was able to just kind of do the cardio, no issues. I broke a little bit of a sweat, but I wasn't really breathing too heavy. It was a good cardio. It was lighter, I would say, not a high intensity, but I feel like where the importance in that is just how focused you have to be on that scapular retraction. I suggest hitting the Concept row machine, at least once a week if you're me, but I'm gonna start working in probably 2 or 3 times a week just because that posture. Moving on to confessions. This is not the first time I've been to the gym since I injured myself. Actually, shortly after I got surgery, about a week after I got surgery, I was watching these other guys online, and I was like, man, they're already in there. They're already back at the gym. I was just like, I need to get in there. So, following my own history, I overdid it. So I went the first time back to the gym, felt kind of good, but I didn't push myself. I was like, okay, let's go again a couple days later. And then that second time I went, I was on the leg press machine. I was like, man, this is lightweight. I was squatting nearly 300 pounds before I injured myself, and the leg press machine, I'm doing like 350. Why not just max it out? So I smacked that in, got up to 405 on the leg press machine, did my 8 reps, couple of sets, felt fine, moved on to my other workouts, but then the moment I was done working out, walked into my car and I just started feeling nauseated, like I was gonna pass out, like I needed to puke or something, and I felt miserable. And then I had to sit there in my car for 10 minutes just to catch my breath, and I drove home. I couldn't even make myself a protein shake. I was just miserable. I had to lay down for 45 minutes before I even had like the energy or like stomach to get back up and start moving around. Because what I learned is, although I could do the activity I could push the 405 on the leg press machine. Where I went wrong was my body had been a month and a half since I injured myself, so I hadn't really done that much physical activity. My blood pressure spiked super high during the workout, like just higher than it had been in a month and a half. And then after my workout was over, my blood pressure just dropped so low that my body got sick, and I just felt like I was gonna pass out, throw up, and I couldn't even drink water. It was miserable. So if you're anything like me, please don't overdo it, because I did, and I regret it. Please make sure you come back in another week. I'm doing a push-pull legs program, but I'm going to do it for the next couple weeks. So I'll be back next week with my push program. And make sure you come back, find out how that went. And thank you for watching. Make sure if you're injured yourself, let me know what's going on. I'm not an expert, but I am going through the same thing, so I might be able to help you. Like and subscribe. Come back. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.